Thanks from now.
So much for the condemned man eating a hearty breakfast, eh?
Pity that. Looks almost edible for once.
Is he ready, Matthews?
I think he's just taking a few quiet moments to himself, sir. His last chance, so to speak. I've got it.
Forgive me, Mr. Busher. Just a bad egg for breakfast.
There's nothing worse.
Thank you for agreeing to stand there by my side. I couldn't think of anyone. Excuse me.
I wish you luck, Captain.
I suppose you think this is a bad time to get married.
Well, in my opinion, sir, there's never a good time to get married. But we are at war.
You think I'm acting in haste? Well, you've acted in haste before, sir. It usually turns out for the best. So there's no doubting the depth of her affection. She'll be a loving wife, and a loyal one, though not perhaps what some might think of as a wife of a captain. So there is still time to reconsider. I've given her my word. With this ring, I thee wed. With my body, I thee worship. And with all my worldly goods, I thee endow.
I pronounce that they be man and wife together in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen.
We'll kiss her then.
Thank you, William.
Guard of honor, 3 cheers for Captain and Mrs. Hornblower. Hip, hip. Hooray! Hip, hip. Hooray! Hip, hip. Hooray! And run for luck! Hip, hip. Hooray! Stow your cutlasses, men. Take up the traces.
Take care of that thing. Right, you go carefully. I'll see you in a minute.
Take up the string. Hey!
I never thought I could be so happy.
Thank you then, men, on behalf of Mrs. Hornblower and myself. Matthews,
Sir.
I hear they serve a decent ale in here.
Thank you, sir. We'll drink to your future happiness.
She was right there on the Admiral's bar.
Oh, I never heard of that one before.
I've dreamt of this day, Horatio, since I was just a girl. I dreamt it would be like this.
Yes, it's been everything I hoped for.
So, you're not married, Mr. Brooks?
And I believe even your mother is enjoying herself.
Our mother, Horatio.
Yes, yes, of course, our.
Do you think every day will be as wonderful as this? Now that we're as one?
Only it could be so.
I'll propel you, sir.
At ease, man. Quite the celebrations, I see.
Sorry, sir.
Don't be. Presumably Captain Hornblower is still standing?
I'm sure he is, sir.
Good. Well, perhaps you'd like to interrupt the revelry and tell him I wish to see him.
Aye, aye, sir.
Enter. Ah! Captain Hornblower. Well, well. Many congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Is she pretty?
Yes, sir, I believe she is most handsome, sir.
You've lost weight, man. Can she cook?
Yes, sir, but I'm afraid my steward can't.
Yeah.
Forgive me, sir, but might I assume it was not my wedding celebrations that brought you here?
Your assumptions are correct. One of our ships is missing. The sloop Grasshopper was last seen 10 days ago patrolling this part of the French coast.
Grasshopper, sir, that's Captain Bracegirdle's ship.
Yes. His last dispatch referred to curiously intriguing enemy activity.
Curiously intriguing. He hasn't changed since our days together on the Indy.
But since that last dispatch, nothing. Silence. Find him, Hornblower.
And what if the Grasshopper's been captured, sir, or Captain Bracegirdle is dead?
You're a commander now, sir. You must trust your intuition as well as observe and execute your orders. I want to find out what surprise Boney is planning for us. Enter.
Excuse me, sir, but they're about to cut the cake. Captain Hornblower's presence is strongly requested by his mother-in-law.
Yes, indeed. You sail on the morning tide. Mr. Bush, you'll prepare the Hotspur for sea.
Aye, aye, sir.
You have my permission to sleep on shore.
But my duty is to the Hotspur, sir.
Well, damn it, man. The Hotspur will have you soon enough. Your wife will only have you for the night. You do as I say.
Aye, aye, sir.
Use his sword, Maria. It's what the naval brides in London do. Oh, I just thought. I trust he's given that a thorough clean.
Well, he'll have done his best, ma'am, but French blood, oh, it's damnably sticky. Long life and much happiness to the wife of one of the most promising officers in the King's service. Has the health of the happy couple been drunk yet?
No, sir.
Well, may I do so?
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I ask you to stand and join me on this happy occasion? May they never know sorrow. May they only enjoy health and prosperity. May the wife be comforted in the knowledge that the husband is doing his duty for king and country. And may the husband be supported in his duty by the loyalty of the wife. Ladies and gentlemen, the bride and groom.
The bride and groom. The bride and groom.
When you are on land, do you miss your ship?
Oh, yeah. Can't deny it.
And when at sea, will you miss your wife?
How could you ask? Of course.
Everything ready, Mr. Press?
Aye, aye, sir. There'll be nothing for the captain to complain about.
Mr. Oryx, send the quarter boat for the captain.
Aye, aye, sir.
The wind is freshening from the west.
But you're dressed already. I should have been up to make your breakfast, pack your clothes.
No, my dear.
Your gloves, Horry. You haven't packed your gloves. I know that you have to go. But say that you love me. Say that you'll always love me.
I do. And I will. Goodbye, my love.
Starboard to the forecastle!
Sir. We'll weigh anchor, Mr. Prowse.
Aye, aye, sir.
Hands to stations for weighing anchor!
Stations for weighing
Stand by the
anchor!
capstan! Stand by the capstan! Stop that off!
So, Mr. Bush, I trust you weren't up all night getting the ship ready?
Not all night, sir, no.
Anything to report?
No, sir, nothing. I trust you weren't up all night either, sir.
No, Mr. Bush, I slept exceptionally well, thank you.
You'll take her out if you please. Protocols for breast.
Aye, aye, sir.
My glass, sir?
No, Mr. Prowse. I'll wait until we're looking for the grasshopper.
Good morning, sir.
Matthews, I hope the men enjoyed themselves yesterday.
I'm sure they did, sir, thank you. Although most of them ended the day as you began it, sir. A mite ill.
What is it?
Styles, I'd like some coffee, please, if you're up to it.
You may want to wait until you see what's in your cabin, sir. Only we had a delivery this morning. We didn't know what to do with it, so we put it in there. It's a wedding present, sir, from Admiral Pellew. It came with this note, sir.
Thy need is greater than mine. And it makes coffee.
James Doughty, sir, Admiral Steward. Until now, that is. At your service, sir.
Styles, belay that order. Doughty, I'd like some coffee.
With pleasure, sir.
I'll cook a bit myself. I was the captain's last steward. What are you giving them then?
Beef in crust with French beans and Spanish fritters.
French and Spanish. Mr. Hornblower won't like that.
They're vegetable styles, not navies.
You might want to put a little bit of extra pepper in there.
Is the beef not to your liking, sir?
Yes, thank you.
Sir Edward always enjoyed my royal beef casserole in dainty crust.
I have simple tastes.
It's not too much pepper, is there?
I thought the wedding most pleasant, sir.
I never thanked you properly, William, for the carriage and the hands. Mrs. Hornblower said you made her very happy.
Well, I believe it is you that made her happy, sir. No doubt she considers herself a very lucky woman.
That's as may be, Mr. Bush, but we now have more important things concerning us, like finding out what happened to the grasshopper.
Captain Brace, Colonel. What manner of man is he?
He's wise, amusing, and was once very kind to a nervous young midshipman.
My apologies, sir. Mr. Prowse's respects, but he requests your presence on deck.
Very well.
Doughty, I do not need your assistance every time I stand up or sit down. I'm not an admiral.
No, sir. Of course.
Both of me are in the open air again! steer! Holding steady, sir, but... Always a but, Mr. Prowse. Deck there! Ship bow! Clear away! 4 points on the larboard bow! Couldn't be the grasshoppers people, sir, not this far north. Well, whoever they are, Mr. Bush, we must go to their aid. Mr. Orrick, launch the quarter boat. Aye, aye, sir. Mr. Proud, take us to windward. Get her under our lee. Aye, aye, sir. Pull, man, pull. Close as you dare, Mr. Proud. Aye, aye, sir. Port hand. Hold on!
Thank God, sir. We're sinking, thank God.
Americans! They're a long way from home! We're not there! We're not there! Here, sir! Take hold! Go, lad! Right! Hey! This way, sir! Come on, ma'am!
No, Maguire, you go first.
After you, ma'am! I insist! Quickly now, both of you!
Do as I say, Maguire.
Come on, ma'am! Take my hand! She's gone! She's gone! She's gone! Where is she? Matthew's man! Where is she? At the bow! It's all right! I've got you! Sir! Just grab hold of me, sir! I'm tied to a rope, sir! Well done, Doughty! You swim, Doughty! You cook and you swim! What a useful man you are! Thank you, sir!
I thank you, sir. My husband and I, we thank you.
Merci, monsieur. Merci. Vous êtes notre sauveur, monsieur. Merci.
He's a fraud.
Non, je suis pas français. I'm not French. My name is Joseph Belen. I'm from Switzerland, huh? This is my American wife,
Bound
Betsy.
for France, yet you claim to be Swiss.
Mr. Bush.
Joseph's father is dying, Captain. We were on our way to Switzerland so he could see me before.
He wants to meet Betsy. He wants to see us. It's his final dream.
And you would risk this dream by leaving your ship and attempting to row ashore in a quarter boat in a storm.
I am to blame, sir. Our captain refused to put into Brest. I offered Maguire money.
And you took it?
It was more money than I could refuse, sir.
And we'll offer you the same amount, Captain, if you'll take us ashore now.
Mr. and Mrs. Belen will occupy Mr. Bush's quarters.
Aye, aye, sir.
As for you, we've always room for another hand.
I'm an American citizen, sir.
Oh, you're an able seaman in the Royal Navy until you can prove it. I won't take your money, sir, and until the storm is abated, you'll be going nowhere.
So we don't trust him at all, sir?
We don't know enough yet either way. But let's be cautious until we do. No sign of the grasshopper, sir! Though up here in this weather, we'd not see her even if she were right before us. If we can find a ship, boat in the middle of the ocean, Mr. Prowse, we'll find a sloop of war. How is our friend, sir?
He's Swiss, Mr. Orrick. You do well to remember that.
I've shown our guests to the quarters, but some of the men, sir,
They're asking who it is who's come aboard. What did you tell them? I said they were Americans, sir, and I told Maguire and Doughty to say the same. But I fear when the rest of the men hear the gentleman's accent, sir, they may jump to the wrong conclusion. Indeed they might.
So, Maguire, what are you at heart then? A paddy or a yank?
My dad was a paddy all his life. But for me, it's life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Which don't include serving in His Majesty's Navy.
It was His Majesty's Navy that saved your life, shipmate. Don't you forget it. Here comes the man who saved the captain's life.
Yeah, anyone could have done that. He even needed a rope. I wouldn't have needed no bloody rope.
Nay, man, you can't even swim.
Hero, my eye. Look at him. Mollycoddling the bloody Americans.
The Americans are our guest styles. I'm sure you would be equally attentive were you still the captain's steward.
Get the port together!
Enter. Ah, Madame Belen. I trust you are rested.
Yes, thank you, Captain Hornblower.
Forgive me, madam, but I think it might be best if both you and your husband confined yourselves to your cabin.
You mean we are prisoners?
No, madam, but we are at war, and this is not a pleasure craft.
I only wanted to say thank you, Captain Hornblower. Sir, I don't suppose it is my place to say, but you were looking for a ship, are you not? An English ship.
We are? What of it?
Well, we saw a ship in distress. Too close to the rocks, our captain said. Indeed, he refused to even consider landing us in such waters.
When? When did you see this?
Only yesterday. It was further north, sir. But you were sailing south. You're looking the wrong way.
You tell me this now. Why now? Forgive me for asking.
So you might set us ashore, Captain Hornblower. In France. We do not wish to impose upon you any longer.
Your husband sent you to me, didn't he?
No, sir. I did not think my husband would thank me for trading in this fashion with you.
Because he's a Frenchman? You know little of the sea, so I'll forgive you. But let me inform you. Were you in the British Navy, the punishment for striking any superior is death. I'd hate to think that I had saved you for nothing.
Northwest, sir?
Yes, Mr. Bush, northwest.
Sir, I don't trust the lady. I think it could well be a trap.
I know, Mr. Bush. But she's little to gain and much to lose by lying.
I fear, sir, that this may take us back into the eye of the storm.
Yes, Mr. Prowse. So, we'd be heading into a trap and a storm then, General. Rest assured that Captain Bracegirdle would do the same for us.
Aye, sir.
Aye, sir.
Come up the venom on those bullets!
No sign of the grasshopper, sir.
If my calculations are correct, Mr. Bush, our guest sailed past here yesterday.
I hope so. You were right in that one.
Mr. Prowse.
Sir?
We'll clear the headland and look into the next bay.
Aye, aye, sir.
Deck there!
Mr. Orrock, what do you see?
A topmast, sir!
Is it the grasshopper? Can you make her out?
I can, sir.
What, man?
She's run aground, sir.
No sign of shore battery, sir.
No, it's quiet. Uncomfortably quiet. Neither your trap nor Mr. Prowse's storm. Although one or other such thing befell the grasshopper.
Mr. Prowse.
Sir?
How far are we from Brest?
Oh, a day at the most, sir.
You cannot assume that Bonaparte has all his troops in Brest alone. Mr. Bush, ready the quarter boat.
Aye, sir.
We'll search for what survivors there may be.
Mr. Bush!
Matthew Stiles, you come with me. Mr. Orrock, you stay here with the crew and keep a lookout.
Aye, aye, sir. To me, Marines!
You heard the officer?
Maguire!
You stay there, man. You stay there.
Oh, devils.
No wounds. Seems the sea killed them, not the French.
I'll wait till the French play their part.
I can see something up there. Some smoke.
Sure you do, sir.
No sign of the enemy, Mr. Bush.
Very minute before our ways.
Indeed. Mr. Orrock, Matthews, you come with me, Mr. Bush. Keep watch.
Aye, aye, sir. Styles.
I don't think the sea killed this one.
Take cover quickly, men!
Grace, take cover behind that boat! We can't fire the plane!
Return fire, Styles. What are we aiming at, sir? At the enemy, then.
Another dead un, sir?
Not quite, Matthews. Brace girdle. Brace girdle.
Hornblower.
You should not have come for me. I fear something. I fear it too, Captain Bracegirdle.
It's no good here, sir. We're sitting ducks.
Orrock, Matthews, give us supporting fire. I'll get Captain Bracegirdle back to the boat. Ready? Now!
Good luck, sir.
Stay back, sir! The officer, man!
Captain Bracegirdle! Captain Bracegirdle!
Horatio.
There's nothing for it, Styles. We'll have to lend a hand. I'm with you, sir.
Good God.
Beat to quarters! Clear for action! Beat to on the starboard! Run out the larboard guns!
We're going soon, sir. We won't have a boat to escape in.
You're right, Mr. Bush! Marines! Make ready!
Where's Maguire? I don't know, sir.
Present! Fire! Down and run! Stop! Get below that man there!
Who's firing at us?
The frogs, who you bloody think? Now get below! Reload!
Throwing the bloody guns at us now, sir.
Come on, man, with me!
These damn French have let them all sail away. And what do I get? I get you. I know Hornblower. I used to serve him too. I was his coxswain. And I wish he was stood here before me now, but as it is, you'll have to do. Have you anything to say for yourself?
Plenty, sir. Plenty.
Why would Captain Bracegirdle risk it, sir? Taking his ship in so close. As I remember him, such a cautious man.
Quite. Which means you must have had a good reason.
The patient is restored to us, in body if not yet in mind.
Gentlemen. Just like old times on the Indy. 3 of us together. Like old times.
Do you know where you are, Bracegirdle?
I'm on your ship, Horatio. Because I lost my own.
Why were you so close to shore?
I saw boats, guns mounted, rowing along the coast. There was something about them. Something. I kept watch for days. And then they disappeared into an inlet. I don't remember.
This'll restore his wits quick enough, sir. Doughty's patent remedy, they called it in the tonnant. I'm still working on making the taste a little better.
Enemy frigate, sir. Her gun ports are closed.
Captain Bracegirdle saw gunboats, heading to an inlet somewhere.
Gunboats?
But no frigates.
Captain Bracegirdle, you are with us again.
It seems God had second thoughts about me. Gunboats to blast defenders on the English beaches. Now they have a frigate too. Why?
Mr. Proud.
Aye, sir.
No closer to the shore until we have the weather. We'll ride it out from here and wait and watch.
Aye, aye, sir.
With all due respect, Mr. Etheridge, and indeed to the diplomatic service, the Royal Navy is at war.
No, sir. England is at war. The Royal Navy is but one weapon in her armory.
And you would have this weapon sheathed. For what? A wild goose chase hunting a couple lost at sea? Good God. Entire ships go missing, hundreds of men.
That letter bears the authority not only of my masters, sir, but also of yours, their lordships at the Admiralty. Or should we send for more light, the better to read it?
What is so important about this couple that they must be found?
She is the daughter of a wealthy American merchant who has the ear of his ambassador to London. The ambassador has the ear of the diplomatic service, and...
Yes, and the diplomatic service is the ear of the Admiralty. Everyone's got each other's ears. I'm surprised they're not all deaf by now.
The girl's father has grown concerned for her safety, and he wants a home for Christmas.
Very touching. And the boy?
He is her husband.
Is that all he is?
He is also a Frenchman. I regret that more than that I am not at liberty to divulge.
Well, it'll make precious little difference. The gales this side of the Channel are the worst we've had in 5 years. I'll send no ship out if not for battle.
The gales will not last forever, sir.
No, they won't.
And then I shall wait for fair weather.
Good. You do that. This couple, they're either dead or in France. Or if they're lucky, if they're very, very lucky, they've already been picked up by one of our ships.
That will be good for them, but not so good for the ship.
Why? Why, sir? Are they dangerous?
Yes, Sir Edward. Yes, they are.
Yes, monsieur. The one consolation of this sorry situation, your cooking is superb.
Mon plaisir, monsieur. Madame. It's nice to have someone who appreciates it.
He's no bloody American.
Sure, I don't know what you mean, Styles.
I heard his way of talking. He's a frog.
Keep it down, Styles. He's not French.
He's Swiss.
Swiss? I knew things weren't right. A bad luck, bloody frog.
I said keep it down, man.
Strangers on board, ill luck doth afford.
What?
I had this feeling, what with the storm and all that's happened, but I let it go. On account of them being Americans, no danger to us. But a frog's a different matter. They're as good as bloody Jonahs, and they'll be the death of us.
It was my fault. There's no denying.
You did what you thought was right.
And it was wrong. My ship and half the crew splintered on those rocks.
And what happened to those who survived? What happened to you?
They did not blame me for my actions. They were loyal to me till the last. We managed to get ashore. And as those bastard frogs came at us, my men stood by me. And my men died for me. And in amongst their bodies, I was left for dead. I wish I were dead, Horatio. I lost my ship and all my men. And even if a court-martial were to acquit me, I'd never get command again.
Can't be sure of that.
Can I not? If you'll excuse me.
If it helps you to know, I believe that I would have done the same. Whatever the frogs are up to in that inlet, it is our duty to find out. The gamble you took, I would have taken it too.
All well? Aye, aye, sir. All well.
I wouldn't count us making it till morning.
What's got you, man?
Nothing, sir. It's just got this feeling, that's all.
There's nothing out there but a long, cold night.
Tom? I wish you'd keep to your quarters.
It is my husband you fear wandering, is it not? And he is fast asleep.
He has the right idea.
You wish we weren't aboard your ship, sir.
It certainly doesn't help my mission, madam.
And that is all you care about. I fear my husband would be the same were he at war.
Did he give you that?
As a token of his love, yes. Do you have a keepsake from a sweetheart?
No, madam. When we left, my wife, she gave me some gloves.
Are you long married?
No.
Nor me. Put us ashore, sir, as soon as you can. We are not a cargo you wish to hold. Please, trust me.
Don't shoot! It's me! It's your old friend, McGuire!
It's McGuire!
Over here! Take this line! All fast! Haul away! Haul away, boys! Heave! Heave! Heave!
We had you for dead man.
I very nearly was, sir. It'll take more than a few frogs to hold me.
You were captured then?
I was, sir, yes. Outnumbered I was, sir. I tried to fight, but it was absolutely useless.
And then a miraculous escape.
Where's my body?
Do you believe me now, eh?
Come on! Well done, soldier. Let's find our man. He'll be in the first lieutenant's cabin. Better be! Wolf! Don't waste time here!
Drop your weapon, Wolf.
Captain Hornblower, you have something belonging to France, and I'm here to collect it.
So you're still risking your life for Bonaparte?
You know how it is. He scratches my back, I scratch his.
Stand to me! Put the weapon down, Wolf! Put the weapon down!
Stop there, McGuire, or I'll shoot! How was my guest to stay?
Ignore him, McGuire. He'd never shoot a man in cold blood. But I would. And gladly.
I will kill him, Wolf! I have cause enough. Mr. Bush, relieve him of his weapon.
He comes near me, and I shoot you, Hornblower. So which is it to be, me or you?
Or us both! Kill him, Mr. Bush, and let him die for France.
Come on. The decent Englishman. If only you had the guts to match.
Obey my orders, Mr. Bush, damn you! All right, Mr. Bush, let us have it your way. Let us surrender.
Wolf's getting away! Stop him!
I surrender, Captain. I'm not Swiss. I'm a Frenchman.
I know that you are a Frenchman, sir. Madam, might I see that locket? I thought I recognized this crest.
A prominent family, I believe. A B does not stand for Betsy, does it? Does it?
Who do I have the pleasure of addressing, sir? This B is for...
Bonaparte. I'm Jérôme Lucien Alexandre Bonaparte. I'm the brother of Napoleon.
Lock him up.
Marines!
Lock them both up.
You have the brother of England's arch enemy aboard. I'd say you had good reason to return to England.
Is that what you would do if you were captain?
Something else is happening here. Ships' cannons on land, gunboats, frigates, and now Wolf. Would you leave and let all these questions go unanswered?
We've been boarded once and we'll be boarded again. Bonaparte wants his brother back.
Bonaparte wants the world. He wouldn't waste such time and effort on family. No, we are but a diversion, I'm sure of it.
Well, if you're right, let me be the one to go ashore. This is still my mission, Horatio. And if I'm to face a court-martial for the loss of my ship, let it not be in vain.
Mr. Bush, a moment, if you please. When Wolfe held his gun to me, you should have shot him. Damn it, man, he could have taken the whole ship.
I couldn't do it.
Don't disobey me, William. Never again. I command the Hotspur, and that is all that matters to me. Captain Bracegirdle has lost his ship, and he's a carcass of a man. I'd rather die than share his fate.
Bonaparte's brother, damn it! On one of my ships. Which one?
Which brother? Or which ship?
Mr. Etheridge, this is not a matter for jest. Good God. Boney's brother. I had a right to know.
And now you do. The ship is the Hotspur.
How do you know this?
We have contacts in France. So tell me, is the captain of the Hotspur an able officer?
Yeah, he's one of my best.
Good. So now the weather has improved, I trust he will deliver his burden back to England in, say, 2 days?
I'm sure the captain will trust his intuition and exercise the proper judgment. That is all. I'll say good day, sir.
The French know we're here, so let's keep this visit brief. Matthews, you will go with Captain Bracegirdle to the south of the inlet. Mr. Bush, you will come with me to the north. Mr. Orrock.
Sir.
I shall leave you in command. If we are gone any longer than 2 hours, you know what you must do.
Sail to England, sir, and deliver our guests to the authorities.
Good. Let's hope we all sail with him. Carry on.
Don't forget, Captain, we only have 2 hours. I won't.
I ask you, going all that way to face Boney's army when we've got his own brother right here.
Styles, you watch yourself.
Aye, sir.
Keep a sharp lookout. Any sign of the French and you return to the ship.
Aye, aye, sir.
Keep up, Matthews. It's but a stroll.
Begging your pardon, sir, it's a bloody great cliff. Rather them than me.
Mr. Orrock, sir, I was just wondering if, well, I had been making our guests breakfast.
They're prisoners now. No breakfast. They can go hungry. And let the men see them go hungry. Do you have a problem, Mr. Prowse?
No, sir. You're in command.
the ship's cannon. Come on.
I think we might be outnumbered. Come on. Time's winged chariot.
Oh, we rescued her and she don't need a pony. With her on her very ship, she's got a tackle bone.
Stop that at once!
It's just a little ditty, sir. There's nothing in the articles of war say we can't make up our own words. Is there, sir?
I see no ships, sir. Yeah, they must be further down where it opens out again.
But that must be another mile, sir. We might be able to get there. We'll never get back in the time, sir.
I've come this far, Matthews. I'm not giving up now. But neither do I wish to remain in France. Take our boat across to Captain Hornblower's side of the inlet. Tell him I'm right behind you. Tell him I need more time.
But, sir...
You wait there for Captain Hornblower. Send our boat back for me.
If you're sure, sir.
It's an order, Matthews.
Hey, vous! Insistez là dans la bloody river over there! Dégage, toi! Dehors!
Pleasant as ever. I knew he wasn't here to rescue a missing Frenchman, however noble that Frenchman's birth.
Bougez-vous! Move yourselves, come on! Qu'est-ce que vous faites? Qu'est-ce que vous faites? Oui, nous avons beaucoup d'affaires, you lazy dog!
Suivez-moi.
Truly are surrounded.
Great God, the Spirit.
What are you doing here, Matthews? What's happened to Captain Bracegirdle?
He said he needed more time, sir. He said he won't be long. I sent the other boat back to wait for him, sir.
Very well, you have to come with us.
Aye, aye, sir.
Have you good news for me, soldier?
Colonel
many have you left? Dead on, sir.
I thought you might want these, sir.
Wind's getting up, sir.
Prepared to make sail, Mr. Prowse?
Aye, aye, sir. Deck there! At the cliff top, sir!
Glass.
Close the distance for them, Mr. Prowse.
Aye, aye, sir.
It's not a ship's cannon this time, is it, sir?
No, Mr. Bush, I don't believe it is.
Damn you, row!
I can't make out what he's saying.
Très bien. Now, let's see if we can get the real prize. Tirez!
Cheers for the captain! Hip hip! Resume your duty, Mr. Orrock. Throw the damn thing overboard.
Enter. Ah, Mr. Bush. We sail for England. Tell Mr. Prowse to plot a course.
Aye, aye, sir. Should I get Doughty and say, look at your hand?
Do you suppose he has a potion for it? Do you suppose he has a potion for Captain Bracegirdle? No, I wish to be left alone for a while. I wish to write my report.
I trust you'll mention your part in the action, sir.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bush.
The shells.
Do you mean the 5-inch shell that was fired from shore which failed to explode, Mr. Bush, that shell?
Well, that's hardly a full account, sir.
Was it not a 5-inch shell?
Yes, it was.
Was it not fired from shore?
Well, of course.
Or did it perhaps explode without my noticing, Mr. Bush?
The reason it didn't explode, sir, is because of your bravery. Bravery which should not go unacknowledged.
Don't presume to tell me I was brave, Mr. Bush. I thought I'd be blown to bloody rags. But, my dear friend.
Which makes your heroism, sir, all the greater.
We are not actresses. We are the King's officers, and we have a duty to do. And we've not a thought to spare for anything else. Now remember that, Mr. Bush.
Yes, sir.
Now, take us home.
Enter. Hornblower.
My report, sir. I regret to inform you that Captain Bracegirdle was killed in action, sir.
Indeed. That is to be regretted.
He died in the line of duty, sir, and with honor. He was endeavoring to let us know what he had discovered when his boat was, well, destroyed.
However, you should have returned when you discovered the identity of your passengers.
Yes, sir. But something's happening along that coast. An army led by a tyrant's apprentice. You remember the renegade wolf, sir?
God. That damn man is back to haunt us, is he?
Yes, sir. And I'd like to return to France to find out exactly what he's planning.
Well, I'm afraid, Hornblower, it's not quite as simple as that. The diplomatic service has taken quite an interest in your antics.
They knew I had a Bonaparte on board.
Indeed they did. And their authority knows no bounds. Their authority, in fact, has quarantined your ship.
Quarantined?
Lest half of Portsmouth be privy to matters of state, no one is allowed off the Hotspur, and no one is allowed on. Sorry, it's not my decision. Mr. Bush has already been informed.
But how long will this last? And surely this quarantine doesn't include me. What will I do?
I'd make the most of this sorry situation and go home to your wife. Try and remind yourself what you're fighting for.
You've been here 3 days. Yet each morning you seem surprised to see me.
Pleasantly surprised, my dear.
And each morning you go to the window and look out at the harbour.
You're right, of course.
Oh, Horry. Can't you forget about your ship for one day?
No, Mariah, I don't believe I can. Not while my men are still aboard her.
Do you think they'll be let ashore before Christmas?
I hope not. I think the Hotspur may set sail by the week's end. I know you want me here. But right now, I wish I was at sea. It's where I'm needed. Try to understand.
I found your gloves whilst you were sleeping. They're in a sorry state.
It was nothing.
Perhaps you might tell me some stories of your life at sea.
They are not stories, Mariah. And I do not wish to talk about it.
Then do not expect me to understand.
Strangers on board, he'll look to the ford.
Oh.
But I were right all along.
Right about what?
Well, first, our guests turn out to be Bonapartes. Next, Captain Bracegirdle goes and gets himself killed. Then we're left out here to rot as if we've got the plague. We're cursed.
Ah, do shut up, Styles. It's bad enough you're looking like a gypsy soothsayer without babbling on like one.
What do you care?
Steady.
You didn't even know Captain Bracegirdle. You're just as much a stranger on this ship as our frogs.
It's just a bad turn of events, that's all.
Bad? Oh, and it's all right for the captain. Having a grand old time on shore. This ship's gone all to hell.
I didn't catch that, Styles.
I think Styles was just saying how much he loves serving in the Hotspur, Mr. Bush. Isn't that right, Styles?
Yes, sir, that's right, sir.
Matthews. Be careful what you let the men mumble. Wouldn't want them to be misunderstood.
I don't care much for reading, but I'm told there's mention of you in here.
I'm sure it's about Captain Bracegirdle rather than myself.
Yes, I hear he died a hero. You men in your war. Could have been you, Horatio.
Captain Hornblower reported that Hotspur was struck by a 5-inch shell, which did considerable damage aloft, but which fortunately failed to explode. Oh, Horry.
It was nothing.
As clear as it is written in black and white, it did not even explode.
You could have died.
My friend Bracegirdle did exactly that. And I wish he were back aboard my ship, ensuring he did not die in vain.
I'm sorry. Mariah, please don't cry.
Horatio. You think you're just the Hotspur's captain. You think only of your 100 crew. But you're also a husband now. Is it too much that you might think of one wife? That you might think of her as your duty too?
The fat ass of the body politic finally stirs, and this is what we get.
It was thought initially that Bonaparte's brother could be a tool for propaganda, but after much debate, it has been agreed that this callow youth means little to us after all, at least politically. Indeed, he could prove a severe embarrassment to His Majesty if he were to set foot on English soil.
From a military standpoint, he knows nothing. He's been in America for the last 3 years. He's no use to us.
Which is why we have decided to take this course of action.
So Captain Hornblower's to throw his fish back into the sea. Having endangered his ship, having him aboard for nothing.
Not for nothing, Sir Edward. Not entirely. You will deliver Jerome back to France, and then you will return and rendezvous with the American ship Liberty and reunite father and daughter.
But why part the couple?
It seems Jerome married somewhat in haste and against his brother's express command. And now Boney won't let him set foot in France unless he's alone and penitent.
Which is why we found them rowing ashore. Not because their captain would not land them, but because France would not let him. Not with her on board.
Your intelligence surpasses your occupation, Captain Hornblower. You should be in politics.
Thank you, sir, but I fear I would not have the heart for it.
I fear you underestimate yourself, sir. Now, good day, gentlemen.
Well, it seems the diplomatic service have made their orders perfectly clear.
Perfectly, sir.
I hope your Admiral's orders are equally clear.
Yes, sir. I shall trust my intuition as well as observe and execute my orders.
Captain Hornblower.
Sir.
You were very fortunate the day Captain Bracegirdle was lost that the shell did not explode aboard the Hotspur, were you not?
Yes, sir.
I know, it's unbelievable what a hotbed of gossip a fleet can be. The wildest tales are circulating regarding that shell.
You cannot hold me responsible for that, sir?
No, indeed. May good fortune always go with you, Hornblower.
Thank you, sir.
Set a course, Mr. Prowse. Take us back to the Grasshopper's grave.
Aye, sir.
We've been put off long enough, Mr. Bush. I hope the men are ready to fight.
I fear the men wish only to be rid of the Bonapartes, sir. May I ask why we didn't unload them while we had the chance?
No, Mr. Bush, you may not.
My apologies, sir. Monsieur and Madame Bonaparte are asking for you.
Tell them that I do not wish to speak to them.
As you wish, sir.
But prepare them a decent meal.
Yes, Mr. Auric had kept them on rations, sir, in order that the men's morale might improve.
Morale will improve in due course. Meanwhile, Dante, a decent meal, if you please.
Why, aye, sir.
Rest assured, Mr. Bush, it will be their last together.
What's this? And I thought they were on ship's biscuits and water.
Styles, let me pass. It is simply a bowl of stew.
No, it's a bowl of our stew.
Don't be an idiot, man. There's plenty enough for everyone.
On second thoughts, you wouldn't catch me eating that. I know what's in it. I reckon the frogs deserved a bit of extra meat.
You bloody simple-minded muttonhead. You wouldn't understand the notion of taking some pride in doing your duty.
Go mollycoddle your foreign pets.
The only thing that makes this bloody life bearable to me is being a decent steward!
Bonaparte's a Jonah down to you serving a bloody Jonah!
Superstitious damn nonsense!
No good has come of having him aboard!
Superstitious damn nonsense! Belina! Downey! Stop!
I'm sorry to put you out like this, sir.
You struck a superior officer. Once we return to England, you will face a court-martial.
And I will hang, sir.
They will have no choice.
Your second shirt needs a button, sir, and a darning at the cuff.
Why did you do it?
I don't know, sir.
Take him below. Put him in irons. I don't wish to look at him.
Mr. Orrick seems forgiving. He thinks that Doughty was simply trying to defend himself.
Doughty was defending my decision to feed the guests. But he'll hang all the same, no matter what I say. Our one aim is to complete our mission, Mr. Bush. To discover exactly what Boney's up to along this coast. Nothing must be allowed to distract us from that.
Then we'd be better off without our guests on board, sir.
Up on deck. You alone. Where are we? A little south of Brest. You are to be returned to France.
This is wonderful. Why?
My men will row you ashore.
I'll help my wife. Perhaps we can have some assistance with our possessions. Thank you.
You travel alone.
I what?
You depart the ship alone or not at all. It's your choice. Rot in an English prison or... or seize the chance to change your brother's mind.
So you know.
Why did you not tell your wife that Bonaparte does not accept this marriage?
Because I love her. And because he will accept it. I will persuade him.
This is the only chance you have.
No. I can't go without her. No, it'll break her heart.
I don't doubt it. Matthews, get the boat ready.
Aye, sir.
I may be a Bonaparte captain, but do not judge me as my brother. I'm a man in my own right, whatever my family name.
It's not my place to judge you. Merely to follow my orders.
What would you do, Captain? Would you abandon your wife, leave her without any notice? Tell me, I'd like to know. What would you do?
My duty.
My duty, then.
Where is my husband? Where is he, my Jerome? And why are we set free?
He's not here. He's gone home.
Home?
To France. He was permitted to return, but only if alone. He agreed with those terms.
You're lying. What have you done if you have hurt him?
I've done nothing.
Damn you. Jerome! Jerome!
Calm yourself.
He would not leave me. He would not. He loves me.
Are you so naive? But this is war. Thousands and thousands of men putting their lives at risk. A tyrant destroying Europe. Do you honestly think that what you feel in your heart compares with that? When we return to England, in neutral waters, you will be delivered to the Liberty, which will return you to America.
I hope the French kill you, sir.
The odds are certainly in their favor. Perhaps tomorrow they may succeed.
No Bonaparte on board? My sore head is all but mended. And there's a nice pretty bit of snow. Things are looking up, Mr. Prowse.
There's naught pretty about snow at sea, Mr. Orrick.
We will take advantage of the mist, Mr. Prowse, if not the snow. Mr. Bush and I to go ashore again, so again, the ship is yours.
Aye, aye, sir.
Best make haste, sir. No telling how long this mist will hold.
Rest assured, Mr. Prowse, I've no intention of leaving you for any longer than I need.
Come on, you lazy little bastards! Allez, allez! That ship isn't ready to sail by noon tomorrow! I'll make you all swim! Oui, nagez! Dépêchez-vous! Useless incompetents! One of you still in is more as useless as...
So that's what Mr. Bracegirdle must have seen. And that's the reason for the cannons in the farmhouse. The frigates, Mr. Bush. You see how high they ride in the water. They've had their guns removed.
Dépêchez-vous!
How many men would a 40-gun ship hold, stripped bare?
1,000, maybe, packed tight.
3 ships, 3,000 troops. Well-trained Frenchmen under orders of a fervent, united Irishman. Those frigates were not for fighting, Mr. Bush. They were troop transports, and by the look of things, ready to set sail. In Brest, 200,000 Frenchmen wait to invade England. And all our fleet sit waiting for them.
Leaving the back door unguarded.
The invasion of Ireland, Mr. Bush. With enough men to make the troubles of '98 look like a tavern brawl.
First they take Ireland, then they take England.
We shall sail the Hotspur in close enough to smell them. Like a terrier to rat's hole.
Bloody big rat, sir.
Bloody fierce terrier.
You can hardly see one end of the ship from the other, sir. Shall I take her out to sea?
No, Mr. Prowse, quite the opposite. We will enter the inlet.
Sir, there's rocks as sharp as razors here, and it's as shallow as a puddle. We'll be breached like the grasshopper.
Not if we're careful.
Unlucky.
We'll need a good man on the lead line.
Standing by, sir!
Very good, Mr. Orrick. Matthews, cast loose the guns and keep the men quiet. Oh, they'll answer for it. Aye, sir. Take us in under topsails alone, Mr. Prowse.
Aye, aye, sir. Clew up the mainsail!
By the Mark V!
Quietly.
Sorry, sir.
By the Mark V, sir!
Steady as she goes, Mr. Prowse.
Steady it is, sir. Steady as she goes.
There's the first one attempting to leave.
It'll be like shooting fish in a barrel, sir.
We'll be the fish if we don't find that channel soon, sir.
Quite right, Mr. Prowse. Try her 2 points to starboard.
Aye, aye, sir. 2 points to starboard.
2 points to starboard, aye, sir.
Mr. Matthews, stand by with those larboard guns.
Aye, aye, sir.
And a quarter less 4!
A quarter less 4!
We're shoaling fast, sir.
Steady as she goes, Mr. Prowse.
Steady as she goes.
Aye, aye, sir.
Deep six!
Deep six! It's better, sir.
Where would you say their lights were?
Lined up above my mizzen top, sir.
Match them. Hoist 3 the same, but keep them covered until I give the signal. I wish to deceive them. If we have the same lights, they'll think we're part of their fleet.
Very clever, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Prowse. A compliment at last.
Listen.
Get those lights ready, Mr. Bush.
No bottom with this line!
No bottom, Mr. Bush.
It's not our only concern, Mr. Oric. I want you aloft. I want you on those lights. No bottom, sir.
I heard. Full and by, Mr. Prowse.
Aye, aye, sir. Full and by.
Aye, aye, sir. Full and by it is.
How close shall I take her, sir?
How close can you get to, Mr. Prowse?
As close as you like, sir.
Then make it so I can't see the water between us.
Aye, aye, sir.
Stand by the guns.
Run out.
Quietly. Lights on the larboard bow. 2 sets, sir. Mr. Bush, let's confuse them.
Navire à bâbord! Silence! Nom de votre navire! What the hell is happening? Fire! God damn it, the hell is... Stand there, bloody Frenchman! Fire the bloody ship or I'll fire at you!
Get a line on this! Move yourself! They're still coming, sir! The grating smashed through, sir!
Get below and secure that cannon!
Aye, aye, sir.
Mr. Prowse!
Aye, sir.
As close as we can to the other ships!
Aye, sir. Come to port!
Aye, aye, sir. Hold tight, man. We'll have you out of there. The other 2 frigates are going about!
They've guessed who we are.
Come on, man.
We'll have to close with them, sir. If they reach open sea, we'll have no hope.
No need, Mr. Prowse! Look!
2, 3. Quick, go on, grab
Listen!
They've hit bottom, sir. And each other.
I've had my share of prisoners aboard this ship, so if you wish to die a martyr,
I would. Joyfully, Hornblower. But not by your sorry hand. That'd break my heart.
Your heart, Wolf. And where might that be found?
I admire you, Hornblower. I really do. But I loathe and despise every bloody thing that you represent.
Merry Christmas, sir.
Yes, it is. Thank you. And the same to you, Mr. Bush.
Matthews asked me why he and Styles troubled to save Doughty from a 12-pounder dropping on his head, when he'd have had a cleaner, quicker death than hanging on the end of the rope.
And what did you tell him, William?
Honor, fellowship, duty.
And did he understand?
Do you?
You Marines, wait outside. A good name for a ship. Liberty.
Sir?
Sailing for America. She can't be more than 100 yards away. I can't remember why I asked you here, Doughty. It'll come to me, I'm sure.
Enter.
Her boat's ready to take the lady, sir. You asked to be informed?
Oh, yes, I'd forgotten. Thank you. You're a good steward, Doughty. You cook, and you swim. Good day to you.
Thank you, sir.
You were damn heartless, Mr. Hornblower. When I met you, I thought of you as a hero. I was wrong, too.
Madam, if your husband loves you, he will follow you. Eventually he will.
Don't talk to me of love. You know nothing of it. I pity your poor wife, sir.
Sir! Sir! Standing water, sir.
Put a bowl close to him.
I pity her too. But I am the man she married.
It's Doughty.
Damn it, he must have gone through the window. Hold your fire, man! Hold your fire! That's a neutral ship! I'm a fool, Mr. Bush. He's a fine man, Doughty. And a good cook. Please accept him as my apology for being so damned heartless.
I will, Mr. Hornblower.
The husband will not see the wife again. Bonaparte's envoy is heading to the Vatican, demanding that their marriage be annulled.
Those brutal French. The girl's well rid of him. Just as we are well rid of that criminal, Doughty. Seems to have concluded for the best.
The diplomatic service is thankful, Captain Hornblower. Your work for us has been exemplary. Now, I'm sure you gentlemen have much to discuss. It's been a pleasure. Both of you, Sir Edward, Captain Hornblower, good day to you.
Hornblower?
Sir. Mr. Etheridge seemed to think we had something to discuss, sir.
I'm leaving. I'm hauling down my flag.
Retiring, sir?
No, not retirement. Promotion. Yes, but it means leaving behind the Tonnant and all the men who've served me so well.
Now, that is good news, sir. But I regret it all the same.
No, I begin to regret it myself. Anyway, come on, let's be cheerful. Does this not mean anything to you?
No, sir. Only what I've said, and that it has been an honor to serve under you.
Nothing else?
No, sir.
Do you not remember the last privilege granted a promoted commander-in-chief?
No, sir.
Oh, yes, it's beginning to dawn on you. Good. I'm allowed 3 promotions, midshipman to lieutenant, lieutenant to commander, commander to post captain.
My men have served me most notably, sir. Might I suggest...
No, Hornblower. No, I mean you, damn it. Yes, I'm promoting you to post captain. Well, I have the good of the service in mind. You were the best choice I could make. I know it's the damnedest time to be a captain in this sorry war, but you see things, sir, that other men do not. The one thing you do not question is your duty to your king. I only hope that one day, Hornblower, you fight for more than England.
What is there more than England?
To a happy and most prosperous New Year.
You must toast, Horry.
Oh, yes, of course, sorry. Oh, to our family. I am aware that I haven't been, well, this year I shall try to be a better husband and a better son.
You have been a hero.
And rewarded for it.
And it is I who should apologise for always asking you about your life at sea. I know why you do not tell me. You know it would upset me. At any rate, I keep things from you too.
You do?
When I fear for your life, I'm not being wholly selfish. I'm not the only one you would leave behind.
Well, she doesn't mean me. What would I care?
Oh, Horry, you're going to be a father.